You know, I've always thought there's something special about Apple. Not just their products, though we'll definitely get into those, but the way they make you feel about technology. Like when you open a new iPhone box, it's not just a phone, it's a little moment of joy. But why is that? Why does Apple, more than any other company, seem to just get it when it comes to design? Is it their attention to detail, their obsession with simplicity, or is it something deeper? Today we're going to explore how Apple perfected design, and we'll look at their history and design principles. And yes, also their mistakes. So let's dive into the world of Apple design. Let's start at the beginning. It's the 1970s, and computers, well, they weren't exactly sexy. They were big, clunky machines built for labs and offices, not for people like you and me. But then came along Apple. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, two college dropouts working out of a garage, had this crazy idea. What if a computer could be small enough and simple enough for everyone to use? Their first product, the Apple I, was a bit rough around the edges, but then came the Apple II. The Apple II wasn't just a machine, it was a statement. It said technology doesn't have to be intimidating, it looks friendly in a way. That's a word you'll hear me say a lot in this video, friendly, because Apple's design has always been about making things approachable. Now we can't talk about design without talking about Steve Jobs. Love him or hate him, the guy had an eye for detail. He wasn't just a tech guy, he was a design guy. At that, an art guy. One of my favorite stories about Steve Jobs was how obsessed he was with the insides of products. Like, he'd make engineers design the inside of a computer to look beautiful, even though no one would ever really see it. Why? Because he heavily believed that great design wasn't just about what you see, it was about everything. You can even see this on modern products. Look at, let's say, the Apple Watch. You only really see the outside, which is very nice design, but on the inside, Apple Watches are very well put together and everything is labeled and it's very, very nice. Same with iPhone, MacBooks, every Apple product, like you can take it apart and look inside and it looks really nice. Now Jobs once said design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works. That's a big part of why Apple products feel different. They're not designed to be pretty, they're designed to be intuitive. Okay, let's talk about the man who brought Jobs' vision to life, Jony Ive. This guy is basically the god of tech design. He joined Apple in the 90s and he's the reason your iPhone looks like, well, an iPhone. Ive's vision was not just about minimalism, not for the sake of being sleek, but because he believed in stripping away anything unnecessary. His designs were clean, modern, and most importantly human. Remember the iMac G3, those colorful, translucent computers? That was Ive. It wasn't the first time a computer didn't look like some dual beige box. It looked fun. It made most people want to use it. That's the magic of Ive's work. He made technology feel personal. Alright, let's jump into 2007, the year Apple dropped a bombshell. Guess what I'm talking about? The iPhone. This thing was a game changer, but here's the thing, it wasn't the features that made the iPhone so special, it was actually the design. Think about it, most phones at the time had physical keyboards, tiny screens, and a million different buttons. The iPhone said, let's simplify it. One big button, a big beautiful touchscreen, no stylus, just your finger. It was so different, so bold, and it changed the industry overnight. And the thing about Apple, they don't just make products, they set a standard for what good design looks like. Every smartphone you see today owes something to that original iPhone. Here is where Apple really shines. The little things. They're obsessed with details most people don't even notice. Like, did you know that when you open a MacBook, the hinge is designed just to feel right, not too loose or too tight, just perfect? Or how the AirPods case closes with its incredibly satisfying click? That's not an accident. That's Apple's design. Apple even has a team dedicated to sound design. The clicks you hear when you type on a MacBook keyboard, the chime you hear when you boot up a Mac, all of it is carefully crafted to create emotional connection. I really stuffed up that speech. Now let's be real, Apple isn't perfect. They've had their share of missteps. Remember the butterfly keyboard? That thing was a disaster. Or the iPhone 6 bendgate? It's not a great look. But what's interesting is how Apple handles failure. They don't just fix problems, they don't go back to the drawing board. The new MacBook keyboards? Way better. The iPhone 6 issues sold with stronger metals and later models. Apple's design influence is everywhere. Look at modern smartphones, laptops, even packaging. So much of it borrows from Apple's playbook. They've even made minimalism cool. They've made good design a requirement. So what's next? With technologies like AR, AI, and new materials, Apple is pushing into some really exciting territory. Imagine products that are even more seamless, more intuitive, maybe even invisible in some ways. At the end of the day, Apple's design isn't just about how their products look. It's about what they make you feel. They've mastered the art of making technology approachable, intuitive, and dare I say, magical. But what do you think? Has Apple actually really perfected design, or are they just really good at marketing? Let me know in the comments below. But I really hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. That's all from me, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.